Welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Laci, and today we are doing a little DIY project. Today, as you can see, I've got my brooch board right here. I'm going to show you how I made my own and take you step by step through my process. I am not a professional upholsterer. I'm sure that there is possibly a better way to do this, but this is the way that I put it together, and it works really well to store and display my brooches. This is the one that we are going to make. I thrifted the frame, and the fabric is actually extra from when I made the curtains for my bedroom. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a closer look at my brooch collection. So if you want to learn how to make your own brooch board and see some more of these a little bit more up close, then stick around. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I thrifted this frame, and sometimes when you thrift things, you just don't know what you're gonna get. So I am taking the little nails out so that I can take this backing board off and see what we're working with, and just undoing that hook right there so that we can see what we need to do. So I'm gonna pull this material, and when I thrifted this, I assumed that it was some kind of a cork board, and I thought maybe that would just work as is, and it turns out it is a cork board, but it did not work well for my brooches because it just wasn't thick enough to hold them in place. So I'm gonna scrape that cork board off, and now I am gonna cut out the foam. So I am just measuring it using the backing board, and I'm using upholstery scissors, and you want to cut the foam at an angle. So I tried to show, but I'm angling the scissors in and cutting it so that the foam, the edge is kind of angled. And now I am using that piece, and I'm going to measure out another piece, and I'm going to take it in by 2 inches. I originally measured it in 4 inches, and I decided that was too much. So I'm going to measure in 2 inches all the way around, and then cut that out, angling the scissors the same way as I did before. So the reason why we're doing these 2 pieces is I want the foam to be a little bit thicker, and then you do one smaller so that it kind of bevels out in the center. Okay, so see, now the smaller goes on the bottom next to the board, and then the bigger piece on top. So you can kind of see what I mean there, hopefully, so that the center will kind of stick out more than the edges, like a pillow kind of. Okay, now I'm taking some spray adhesive, and I am going to spray the middle. So I sprayed the backing board and the small piece of foam. You want to lay the small piece down first, and then the larger piece on top. And I did wait a minute to make sure that that spray adhesive was a little bit tacky first. So now I'm taking my material. So I just measured the size of the frame and then just added 2 inches on each side so that it would wrap around the board, and I could stick it to the back. See, there you can see what it will end up looking like, and I was just testing that out. And so now I'm using that same spray adhesive, and I'm spraying the edges of the material, just kind of like the outer 2 inches, and same with my board. I'm spraying the back of the board, just the outer 2 inches. And we're gonna let that get tacky for just a minute, and then I am just setting it on top of the fabric, and I'm gonna wrap that fabric around and stick it down. So I did the sides first, and then just made sure there's no wrinkles, and it's looking good. And then I did the top and bottom, and I just pulled that kind of tight, but not like too much. And then I'm just taking fabric scissors and just cutting the overlap on the corners there. Now, here is our padded board. It's nice and smooth. And here is how it's going to look in the frame. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pop those nails back in and secure it in the frame. And there is the finished product. So you can see a little up close of my brooches. Most of my collection is from my grandma. She gave me all of her brooches. She used to wear brooches every single day. So I've got all of hers, and then I've got some from thrifting and some from gifts from friends, and some of them are my friends' family members' brooches. So that makes it super special. I kind of tried to organize them like holidays, and then flower section, and then cameo section, and starbursts and animals. So that's kind of how I tried to organize it. And you can see all of them on there. Actually filled up the whole board. Now I'm going to highlight some of my favorites. This one is one of my favorites. It's this cute kitty on top of the fishbowl. And this one I got at a vintage store in Las Vegas. And I just love, I mean, obviously, you know, I love anything kitties, but I thought it was super cute with the fishbowl. And this is one of my grandma's brooches, and it is special. She has so many giraffe brooches because that is her favorite animal. And so I love to wear those. Remind me of my grandma. This one I thrifted, and it is actually, I think, the oldest brooch I have. So it's very cool. It's engraved on the back. It says Emma Spencer, 1918. So very cool. That one was engraved and belonged to somebody named Emma Spencer. But I thought it was really neat to have a piece that was that old. It's really pretty. I think that it's like painted, hand painted porcelain. And then this is my little cameo section. I like cameos. I like to collect them. I don't really have any that are authentic, like the shell, but I thought that one was fun. My husband made that one for me. And this one is another old one. It is from a friend, and it was her mother's, and she remembers her mother wearing it clear back in the day. So yeah. Then this one is one of my other favorites. This is from my grandma's collection. This awesome spider. It says LA Sterling on the back, but it is very cool. I like to wear it around the Halloween season or just whenever I'm feeling spooky. This is another fun one, Popeye and olive oil. This one was given to me by a friend in church. She brought it to church and gave it to me because she knew that I love to wear brooches, and it was her grandmother's. I'm not sure, but I think it's made out of resin. And then this is another fun one, my Donald Duck vintage brooch. This one I got in an antique store here in town that was selling out. They were closing, and so it was only $5. The back was missing, so I just added a back onto it myself. And this beautiful one is one of my Starburst brooches. This one was thrifted. And I love these atomic starburst ones. I have a little collection of them. I tend to find them mostly in blue, but that's okay. And I have some cute bees and a snail and flowers. Just, I mean, really all kinds. I collect any kind of brooch. I love them. I love to wear them. I wear them almost every single day. And this is my other brooch board. My husband actually made this one for me for my birthday. And so this one I put more of my resin brooches on, lots of Erstwilder ones, and then I also put some of my other novelty brooches, some Christmas ones, Halloween, some birds and butterflies. So now I've got 2 full brooch boards, guys. I might have to make one more. Thanks so much for watching. I sure hope that you enjoyed watching me make my own brooch board, and I hope that this video was helpful to you. Do you collect brooches? Do you wear brooches? I know that I do almost every single day. So hopefully this will be kind of a fun and creative way to display and store your brooches. If you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like DIY projects, let me know. Let me know if there's something else that you've seen of mine that you would like to learn a little bit more about. I would love to help out there. And if you have not subscribed already, please do so. I would love to have you stick around for more of our vintage fun. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Your comments and your kindness mean the world to me. And I hope that you are all safe and well. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.